But like, it feels like if someone said like you could call, I'd be like, okay. But I think this is better. So, oh, I'm just gonna jam. I'm obviously calling a jam. I'm like not hoping he jams, but we'll be calling. That's really fast, but I still call this off. Good to get KOs. It is good to get KOs. Second highest buy-in of the day. Playing 530s and 320s. Those are the highest buy-ins. There was no 1Ks running this morning on party. Hoping not to run into aces or nines or something. I think this SPR end up with a shoving range that involves a bunch of hands. And I would say, so I raised aces, I got aces again. I raised aces, last one didn't work out so well, so who cares. But I got aces again. I'm gonna raise a small blind, and I'm gonna see bet small. I think checking, I think mixing this hand's fine, but I'm gonna bet. Yeah, so like I'm not, you know, like I'm not. My diet is usually much better. I've been shitting the bed with respect to like what I'm eating since this whole fucking quarantine thing. So I'm still exercising enough. Like I'm still running, I'm still lifting. Obviously, I can't do jujitsu, which is probably like my best workout because it's a full hour, uninterrupted. Like when I'm working out day to day. My daughter wants to come see me. Like if I'm working out, my daughter, like I think I'm working out, but my daughter has other plans, and so she'll come in and she's like, I want to sit on the bench, Daddy, and I'm like, okay. So I put my daughter on the bench, and she'll be like, I want to lift weights, so like I'll put her on the bench, and then she has cones, like these like little plastic cones, and so she sits on the bench, and I give her the cones, and she starts doing the bench press and stuff. No, not long. I started jiu-jitsu on the stream, so I've been training for a long time. Yeah, we're gonna re-enter. So here, raise 3, 4, fold. Here, we have to call. Sucks. But yeah, 20 big blinds with like the KO in my head. Feels like with the amount of money that's on my head, which is not starting stack. Feels like I have to call. Feels like the 3-bet strategy gets to be like broken aggressive. Ugh, ace queen into 5s. Spike a 10? No? Alright. The most reliable way to build edge, I think, in tournaments is to get your ICM adjusted play solid. And I have a reason for thinking that. And the reason I think that is because it's fucking hard. And there are lots of principles. We cover them in the ICM course on bbcpoker.com. There are lots of principles that can help you nail down exactly what you should be doing, exactly what your strategy should look like. And oh, come on, just jam on me. Thank you. It's mine for the taking. Make me king. We're kind of back in this with like a healthy stack. I could still bust in the next 5 minutes, but the prospects of that have dropped somewhat dramatically. So like there's a decent chance that I'm going to be playing this for a while. And if I'm going to be playing this for a while, then we can play this for a while. So I'm going to call here. 6-3-0. Big blind versus button. Don't put in too much money. I've got a pair of 6s. Don't put in too much money. Be careful. I'm BBZ after all. Just play passively. That's what you want to do. Oof. You guys like those overbets with my... I told him to be careful. I told him to be careful, right? He came at me, not the other way around. He came at me first. He came at me first. He did check the turn back, so I mean, like, he was trying to be polite when I really got serious about it, but he had that ace high hand, couldn't let it go. I'd call this in the big blind, but I don't think I'm supposed to call in the small blind here. And I don't really, you know, like somebody's gonna be like, you can't fold that with 5 big blinds, dude. It's like a very dense ICM scenario. Like the math is complicated. Fade the heart. Boom. This is just a jam for me. I think it's close though. I mean, maybe it's close. It doesn't feel close. This is the only answer I choose. I only jam. But like, it feels like if someone said like you could call, I'd be like, okay. But I think this is better. So. Oh no! Oh no! I felt so good. I felt so good. Now I'm just in this fucking 530 that I loaded. All right, so that would have been all she wrote. I don't know if this is a fold or not. I'm just gonna go with I'm not good enough to fold, so I'm gonna call. But it's possible that I'm supposed to fold here. Like this is like this hand, like this spot sucks. This spot sucks. Josh would know. Josh would know. Not my grind anymore. I used to know. I used to know. But you don't use it, you lose it, right? That's how it works. I guess I could walk him, but it feels wrong with Jack High. Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's your man BBZ here, and I am just giving you guys a quick reminder of the highest value content that we have on BBZ. So the $14 Introduction to Quantitative Strategies video is without a doubt our best seller, and it has delivered tons of value. We get feedback from people in our Discord community all the time about how that video has transformed the way that they think about No Limit Hold'em, and also the way that they just make decisions in general, dealing with uncertainty. So if you're interested in that and you're trying to get better at No Limit Hold'em and you want a framework for your entire thought process, go to bbzpoker.com and get that Introduction to Quantitative Strategies video right now. I'm just going to check this back, actually. I think that it's a good bluff catcher. I don't know what that hand does. Feels super fucking close. 5.5 bigs. This is also where I'm not gonna have an edge, like they're gonna have charts up probably. I don't. Just going off old man memory. I wonder if I should have shoved that river with the 8-5. Ten 8 offsuit feels pretty standard. Folding this seems fine. So I was doing what I did. Jamming here, pretty standard. So I got called by an ace-4 and lost. Good luck us. I'm gonna lose to 10-7 sometimes and 9-7. Also lose to like a pair of queens or a pair of kings sometimes too. But I'm also gonna get called by like 6-4 and 6-5 and 3-4 and 3-5 and I won. So I got called by a pair of 6s. He called with 9-6. So we won. Yay, we won. Go us. when I had the king jack of clubs, I was very close to the player in the big blind stack. So I was very close to, like, yes, I was in third, but I wasn't in third by like some huge margin. And similarly, like when I was in second, it was in second, but I had like 3.5 bigs or something. So, I mean, or 4 bigs, 4.5 bigs maybe, I can't remember. But like both spots feel really close. And like I said, I preface both spots with like I really don't know, because like I'm not like running the 3-handed solves like all the time like I used to. It's been a long time, so I could be wrong. All right, GG. Oops, GG down here. Like 9-10 against queen jack blind versus blind for like no chips. So flop check through here. I open aces, he flats, he overcalls the big blind. Flop checks through. Big blind bets. Obviously, the big blind betting range might be a little bit polarized, particularly the sizing could be like a lot of 2-pair in this, which makes this kind of complicated. But I think this is pretty good still, because there's like, I have some draws to offset here, and I think against the big blind, like I still want to be like aggressive enough. I don't really like having ace of hearts for doing this. I like having ace of hearts for calling, but I still think that it's going to be fine. We look at the hands that I've played, and we look at Monker Solver outputs. So what the heads up strategy would look like at 10 big blinds, 15 big blinds, 20 big blinds, 25 big blinds, 50 big blinds, etc. So you look at what the pre-flop strategy looks like. We try to look for things that are consistent. What's the big blind 3-bet percentage versus the raise first in strategy? What's the big blind isolation versus limp strategy? What's the limp strategy supposed to look like? At what stack depth are we supposed to limp a lot? What stack depth are we supposed to raise a lot from the button? Et cetera, et cetera. So you get those baseline frequencies down. And then, so you start to understand those things using Monker Solver. And then we run through hands that we've played. Might look at aggregation reports if we get enough sims. We haven't really done that, I don't think. I haven't built big enough samples, I don't think, to have like big multi, like, you know, 150, 200 sim spots and look at aggregation reports. It's also hard because the heads up sims have ranges that are so wide that it takes a long time to run them. So to like run scripts and get like, you know, a few hundred flops or something, and then look at aggregation reports or like the aggregation of that data is just like not really easy because the sims take so long to run. But like you can do it like piece by piece. It just takes longer to build things up. So same way we study everything else, software, technology, etc. So we got check rates on the flop, and then we get underbet here on the turn, which is kind of interesting as far as sizing goes. I don't think it's like really appropriate. I think he's supposed to be betting bigger on the turn. So it kind of sucks. I mean, against this bet sizing sequence that he chose, I think I'm supposed to just fold busted flush draws and call everything else. So I'm gonna call. Yeah, I expect to lose, but like, I mean, like I'm not really supposed to fold when he chooses this sizing sequence. I don't think I'm supposed to fold my hand, and I'm comfortable calling. Sucks, but is what it is. 25 bigs. It sucks as a KO in my head, but I think resealing king queen off should still be good. Jeej. All right, guys. We'll call it here. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me today. So thanks for hanging out with me today. Appreciate it. Introduction to Quantitative Strategies video on bbzpoker.com will help you understand a lot of how I make decisions. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitch. This took too long. I'll see you guys later. Peace, guys. Bye.